Welcome back. Because what we found today doesn't even feel real. Imagine opening the door to a machine so exclusive, so outrageous, so unbelievably luxurious, that it makes ordinary luxury vans look like economy cars. This isn't just transportation. This is something built for people living in a completely different universe. And when we first saw it, one question instantly hit us. Who on earth needs a van this insane? Meet the Mansory V300L 2026. And trust me, things are about to get wild. From a distance, it already looks intimidating. But the moment you move closer, you realize this isn't a normal luxury van anymore. Mansory took something already premium and transformed it into a rolling masterpiece of excess. The front design hits you first. Massive grille. Aggressive body lines. Sharp details everywhere. Carbon fiber pieces stretching across the body like armor from the future. Every angle feels dramatic. Every line feels expensive. This thing doesn't quietly arrive. It announces itself. The redesigned front fascia creates a presence that feels almost unreal. The LED lights cut through the darkness like blades. Massive wheels fill out the body perfectly. Side skirts flow aggressively across the lower profile. And somehow, despite being a luxury van, it carries the attitude of a supercar. You look at it once. Then twice. Then suddenly you realize you can't stop staring. Because your brain is trying to understand what it's seeing. A van. With the presence of $1 million machine. But then things become even crazier. You open the door. And suddenly the outside world disappears. Because stepping inside the Mansory V300L feels like entering a private jet built for royalty. Soft leather surrounds everything. Not just seats. Everything. The dashboard. The doors. The armrests. The stitching. The details are almost obsessive. You start noticing carbon fiber mixed with polished metal accents. Ambient lighting flows around the cabin like liquid energy. Every surface feels handcrafted. This isn't an interior. It's an experience. The seats themselves look more like luxury lounge chairs than automotive seats. Massive cushions. Deep comfort. Heating. Cooling. Massage functions. Imagine sitting here during a long journey. No noise. No stress. No chaos. Just pure comfort. Passengers in the rear aren't simply riding. They are living. Large screens surround the cabin. Entertainment systems appear everywhere. Fold-out tables transform the space into a mobile office. Premium sound systems create concert-like audio quality. You could literally spend hours inside and forget you're even moving. But luxury alone isn't enough. Because Mansory never stops there. Hidden underneath all that elegance is something waiting quietly. Power. And lots of it. You see, people hear luxury van and instantly imagine something slow. Something heavy. Something built only for comfort. Big mistake. Because when the driver presses the accelerator, everything changes. The engine wakes up. A deep growl suddenly fills the air. And for a split second, your brain struggles to connect the sound with the vehicle you're sitting inside. Because this thing moves. Fast. Shockingly fast. The acceleration pushes you back into the seat harder than you expected. The massive body launches forward with confidence that feels almost ridiculous. You're sitting in a van. Yet somehow it feels like a luxury sports machine. The power delivery comes smoothly but aggressively. There's no hesitation. No delay. Just instant movement. The road begins disappearing underneath you. And suddenly you're laughing. Because it makes absolutely no sense. But that's exactly why it's so exciting. Mansory engineers understand something important. Luxury isn't only about comfort. Luxury is about emotion. It's about making people feel something. And this thing absolutely delivers. Now let's talk about driving experience. Normally vehicles this large feel disconnected from the road. Heavy steering. Body roll. Slow reactions. Not here. The suspension feels refined. The handling feels controlled. Everything moves with confidence. The steering feels precise. The cabin remains calm and silent. Outside, chaos. Inside, peace. That's the magic. You can be flying down highways while sitting inside an environment quieter than most living rooms. And then comes technology. Because in 2026, Technology isn't optional anymore. Massive digital displays dominate the front cabin. Smart interfaces respond instantly. Advanced driver assistance systems constantly monitor surroundings. Cameras watch every angle. Sensors track movement. Safety systems work in the background like invisible guardians. And the customization possibilities? Absolutely insane. Because Mansory doesn't build these for ordinary buyers. Clients can choose almost anything. Special leather colors. Unique materials. Custom stitching. Personal logos. Exotic finishes. You aren't buying a vehicle. You're building your own moving masterpiece. And that's why every single one feels special. No two are truly identical. Some owners want elegance. Others want pure aggression. Some want minimalist luxury. Others want complete insanity. Mansory simply smiles and says one thing. Done. But here's where things become fascinating. Vehicles like this aren't really about practicality. Nobody buys something like this because they simply need transportation. People buy machines like this because of what they represent. Status. Presence. Exclusivity. Emotion. The feeling of owning something few people on Earth will ever experience. Because think about it. Most people spend their lives chasing luxury. But only a tiny number actually reach a level where something like this enters reality. And that's exactly why seeing it feels almost surreal. You know what might be the craziest part? The Mansory V300L isn't trying to be subtle. Not even a little. It embraces excess completely. It knows it's outrageous. It knows people will stare. It knows people will pull out phones and start recording. And honestly, that's the point. Because sometimes ordinary isn't enough. Sometimes people want something that completely breaks expectations. Something that makes strangers stop and ask, what is that? And today we found exactly that. The Mansory V300L 2026 isn't just one of the most exclusive vans on the planet. It's proof that luxury has no limits. Because when imagination meets engineering, and comfort meets insanity, the result isn't simply a vehicle. It's an experience people never forget. And after seeing this thing with our own eyes, one thing became crystal clear. The future of luxury isn't arriving. It's already here.